Welcome to Auto World of Conway, and today we'll be previewing a very original 1972 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. So this is a heavily documented two-owner car. Protecto plate, build sheet, all kinds of paperwork since new. And considering its age, absolutely awesome condition. So a lot of this is still original. The paint from the doors forward is the original paint. Back half of the car was repainted at some point, not really certain why, but I would classify this all right under the survivor category. All the chrome and stainless is original to the car. You got rear bumper guards there. Don't see those too often. So one of the things that attracted us to this particular car, well, not only do we just love 70 to 72 Cutlasses, actually we like all classic cars, but the demand for these is greater than the other years, at least in my opinion. Not that they're better or worse, but our customers dictate. So this is probably one of 5 that we've had in the last couple weeks. So you'll notice white bucket seats. It has a black power top with a glass back window. The Cutlass Supreme, not a 442, but it does have buckets, console, air conditioning, aftermarket gauges. Also factory cruise control, which you don't see many of. And this also has a remote hood lock. And maybe one of our viewers can post in the comments exactly what that is and how it goes. But I'll show you what I know. So you do see some rash here on the front of the car. Little chips and nicks, stone chips. And if I can get close up here, the hood primarily, especially, is checked. It has this pattern to it. Only noticeable under close inspection. But again, these videos are really to be a fully transparent view of the real condition of our cars. So we don't like surprises, neither do our customers. So we want you to be able to see what we're seeing as if you were here in person. So front disc brakes, power. These wheels were just repainted. And a little paint, this here where your arm would go, this is thinning. You can see that there. This car also is equipped with power windows and remote driver mirror. You see upgraded speakers. The radio is also AM FM cassette. No harm, no foul. You know, all this is original. See the sticker there, little extra scotch tape. Yeah, pretty cool car. Really one of my favorite things about this car is the way it drives. This car has 62,000 documented miles. Perfect dash pad, steering wheel, horn works, wipers, radio, air conditioning. Did I mention that earlier? That works flawlessly. The compressor was replaced by the previous owner. The other thing I like, all the courtesy lamps work inside the glove box there. You get to go off and on there with the lid switch. So all the courtesy. I don't know why that amazes me, but probably because as I've restored cars, it's one of the things that maybe I neglect. So attention to detail and preservation of this car. Ashtrays in the back seats. All the windows function absolutely perfectly. So here's the hood lock right here. Again, maybe someone can enlighten me. Here, lock, unlock. It's a cable that goes out to the front. Then you see the cruise control button there, power top. tilt wheel. So we'll exercise a couple of these features. This has, listen how nice that door closes. So this is original driveline. The engine has been overhauled as indicated to us by the previous owner. See, no AC compressor there. Again, lovingly maintained, not over restored or restored. You see some signs there, original paint markings. Alternator. So here's your cruise control pod. That does not work. I've tried to actuate it. And this is actually the hood lock. So this, when you throw the switch, this cable extends. I thought it appears that it was bolted here at some time ago. Also aftermarket alarm. And everywhere I look, I see maintenance items: power brake booster, master cylinder, horn relay, wiper relay. A lot of replacements. Again, for reliability and ease of use. I have a close-up picture of that trim tag in the photos. Let's hear this lady rumble. So the clock does not work. Everything else works. Hear the air conditioning compressor kick on. Alright, there. So it's 110 heat index today. So I guess I'm thankful for white interior as I sit here. This has got to be the smoothest running Rocket 350 4-barrel carburetor. With the hood closed, you can't even hear whether the car is running or not. See signs of a recent radiator. So the owner, the previous owner, was selling his house and downsizing to an apartment and did not want this Cutlass Supreme to sit outside. So he contacted us. And here we have it at Auto World. So we'll exercise this top and the windows here for you. This top, about 3 years old. And it does have the glass back window. Vinyl top in good condition. Alright, so I had some technical difficulties with excessive temperatures in my phone. So we had to pause recording for just a minute. So I'm going to get back to the trunk. Have an original full-size spare and jack with the jack tool, lug wrench. I mentioned earlier these bumperettes. This one's got a little chunk taken out of it right there. Got some documentation, service manual, body manual, electrical diagrams, and so forth. Original deck lid and stickers from the factory. We've got, put the top back down. Actually, I took it for a drive while my phone cooled off. So let's run these windows up and down, and then we'll go for a drive. See, the odometer's changed. It was about a 40-minute drive. Nice and fast. These windows are just great. Oops. Nice and fast. Get the right switch. There you go. Down. Down. So after my 40-minute drive, there's a temperature, plenty of oil pressure. Coupled with this 3-speed turbo hydromatic 3-speed automatic. So this here is our main service facility where all of the cars get prepped before going to our classics and specialty lot. It's Old Glory, flying high. So even my son commented just how comfortable this car is to drive. See how straight the steering wheel is? No effort required. None whatsoever. Golly. Car almost just floats down the road. So up here we'll do a little stop or turn around and head the other direction. The exhaust has a nice mellow tone. This car's pretty quiet, pretty tame. Stock rebuilt specs on the engine, so no massive camshaft or anything. A gentleman's cruiser, really, for all intents and purposes. So you see those two buttons either side of the speedometer. I believe that's for the aftermarket alarm that's installed. Does it work? Not that I can tell. Remnants of previous owners. So there we go, Auto World of Conway, 1972 Cutlass Supreme Convertible. Beautiful red on white interior, air conditioned, power windows. Pretty much every available option that you could get except for the 442 packages, but this is top shelf here. So until next time, enjoy here at Auto World of Conway, where we always have good cars for good people. So one of the things that I've begun doing is when there's provenance and paperwork with one of our cars, I try to go through it, itemize it, and hopefully you have a better idea of some of the historical provenance that accompanies a car. So pretty neat. The 72 Cutlass, you'll see the original Protecto plate and owner's manual and delivery package here. See Ohio. And there's the, I'm gonna call that broadcast sheet, build sheet. Also the original owner's manuals. And as I mentioned earlier in this video, some of the maintenance and work that's been completed in the rebuild of the engine, that's going to be would be important to me. So there it is in 2000. So we do have obviously close-ups of these receipts. And here's for the air conditioning, tune-up items, radiator, transmission reseal, kick down. And then at 71,700, you see again, this is at 2020. Bunch of service work there. Again, this was completed by the owner that we purchased it from, and he was determined to make this car reliable and drivable. The receipts for the radio. So again, I hope you find this helpful in evaluating whether you would like to own this 72 Cutlass here at Auto World of Conway.